Guys, Brooker and I haven't talked in over 2 weeks, and I am going to apologize for only putting out one podcast in the last 2 weeks because I fucked up. I went on my honeymoon and I completely forgot what day it was. So by the time I realized I had to post the podcast on Tuesday, it was already Friday. I didn't think of it until fucking.
But the nice thing is, man, I mean, we've known each other for so long. I've only ever known you to take 2 holidays. This one, and when you went to Cabo, with all that time ago. So I was like, "There's no way I'm texting you about this shit."
You could have. You should have. My
no way.
And I knew how sweet you were being about not texting me.
No way. Yeah, no, I wasn't gonna get involved. How was it anyway? First of all, congratulations. Also, because I haven't even said that yet. Congratulations. And how was it, man?
Exhausting, bro.
So much driving, huh?
I'm fucking shot.
Yeah.
I am so fucking. Hold on. Let me close these blinds behind me. I am shot, bro.
So what was the total mileage you did?
Over 5,000 miles in 2 weeks.
Yeah, there you go. Did you stick to the original route?
Almost. So our plan was to do Jersey to Chicago, which was 12 hours. Day 1. We did it. Day 2, the Badlands from Chicago, which was 12 hours. We did it. Day 3, Montana in 9 hours. We did it. Big Sky. Then we'd go Yellowstone for 2 days, Jackson Hole for 2 days, then drive, which were like an hour, 2 hours apart. Then we drive all the way down to Ouray, Colorado, then out to Moab, then back to Ouray, then up to Estes Park, and then back to Des Moines, Iowa, then to Chicago, then to Jersey. What we ended up doing. So day 1, we're driving out to Chicago. We're in the car and we have these easy pass lanes where did I tell you this story? I told you this.
I know this. This is when we spoke. We spoke when this just happened, but everyone's gonna love this one. Yeah.
So I'm on the phone with Hogan and I'm driving. Vicky's in the passenger seat. I'm driving. And the easy pass lanes in Illinois or Indiana, wherever the fuck we were, they have gates on them. This completely defies the purpose of Easy Pass. It's fucking stupid. I've never seen that before. A gate on an Easy Pass?
Yeah, sure. You're meant to just fly through.
It's supposed to go through. It's an Easy Pass. You pass by easily. Like, what the fuck? These monkeys in Indiana setting this shit up. So the one lane is like, we think it's closed. And Vicky's like, oh, go in the other lane. I'm on the phone with Hogan the whole time. So I'm on the hands-free. You know, it's a speaker. And a car in front of us stops short because the gate. And I guess they didn't know that there was a fucking gate, which I mean, I knew, but I just still think it's fucking stupid. They stopped short, so I just slammed on my brakes. The whole trip, 9 hours prior to this, our dog Harley always wants to go into the fucking middle. Goes into the middle. And we said, Harley, get the fuck back. Get the fuck back. Stop. Get back. Get back. And she was good. We sneaks up into the middle at this point. This car in front of me stops short. I need to give a little jolt to the brakes. Nothing bad. This poor fucking dog flies forward and hits its head on the fucking windshield and breaks the windshield. Now this dog is, when we first got her, the dog is perfectly fine, by the way. Everyone, the dog is fine. But this is day 1 of our fucking road trip. Now, I've taken this dog for walks for a year now, and I have to be delicate with this dog because it's got really, really long legs, a high center of gravity. I remember, and my other dog, Freya, is like a little tank. She's smaller, she's shorter, and she's 5 pounds heavier. She's 45 pounds, and Harley's 40. I remember yanking on Harley's leash one time because I have to do it to Freya, like, hey, quit being a dick. I just give her a little yank, and Freya's like, "Brr," and it's fine. I did it to Harley. She did a backflip. I was like, oh, man. Okay. okay, I got to be delicate. So this dog's a fucking klutz. And for all I know, jumped at the fucking window. Spiders the window. And Vicky has a flat out panic attack. Like drive, like I'm sitting there like, oh my God, can't fucking breathe. I'm like, no, I got the dog. The dog is okay. I'm sitting there checking for fucking symptoms, signs, everything. Like, oh God.
You've stopped outside the toll right now.
Yes.
You've stopped.
Yeah.
Right.
So I'm sitting there looking at. I said, Vicky, are you lightheaded? Do you feel like no, I feel fine. I feel okay. I'm okay. I'm lightheaded. I'm fucking lightheaded. I'm like, okay, it's all right. And I'm sitting there. The dog is perfectly fine. I have no idea if the fucking dog is good or not at this point. No idea. I'm checking for like fucking TBI concussions and shit. I'm like, oh man, is this dog leaning to one side? Is it drooling right now? I don't know what the fuck to tell Vicky other than everything's fine. So for 15 minutes, I'm convincing her that everything is fucking fine. Don't worry. Everything is fine. I promise. It's all good. Meantime, in the back of my head, I'm like, yo, as soon as we hit to Chicago, we're going to a fucking animal hospital. So we hit Chicago. And Chicago was great. We went to this fucking steakhouse, RPM Steak. It was solid.
Yeah.
The cost, it was like $350 for the bill or $300 for the bill, and we didn't even drink. But that steak, I had like a sirloin Wagyu. It was awesome.
Ooh.
Awesome. You ever have Wagyu beef?
Yeah. Fantastic.
In America, we don't have real Wagyu. We have the hybrid.
Okay.
I watched like this whole special on it. Apparently, the hybrid. Yeah, no, we're a fucking wiener. Apparently the hybrid now is like it might start being the new gold standard. I don't know why, I forget, but whatever. So I had it and it was fucking delicious. A Wagyu sirloin.
How'd you get it? Medium rare?
Fuck yeah, mate.
Well, I was going to say, I just wanted to check.
What, are you kidding?
Just wanted to fucking
And the only reason I got medium rare is because I wanted Vicky to have some. Otherwise I'd have that shit fucking rare.
Blue,
black and blue.
Mooing when you shove your fork and it goes.
So at that point, I wanted to turn around. As soon as the windshield happened, I looked at Vicky. I was like, yo, this is a sign. Like, I should not be on this fucking trip. No, because you guys know my fucking anxiety to begin with. I'm like, no.
Oh,
now this is day one. Day fucking one. I have a huge spider web in my fucking windshield. Are you kidding me? So the next day we leave, we go to the Badlands. We drive through Wisconsin, Minnesota. We drove through Indiana, Illinois, Wisconsin, Minnesota. And then I think right after that is South Dakota. There's a whole lot of nothing. We stopped by Sturgis. You know where Sturgis is?
No.
Sturgis is where all the Harley riders go.
Okay.
So originally the Badlands were like our stopping point. Like, let's give it a shot. Like, I don't know. We've never even heard of the Badlands prior to this. Bro, it ended up being our favorite part of the fucking trip.
Oh, cool.
Our favorite. It was our favorite national park. It was incredible. It looked like fucking Mars. It was so cool.
Yeah,
so awesome. And we saw it at sunset. Beautiful.
So did you do hiking there?
No, we didn't really get to hike. Right. Because it was nighttime and we were set to go to Montana the next day.
Right.
So we went there, we walked some of the trails, nothing crazy, drove around mostly, hung out with some buffalo and some fucking goats and shit. And it was great. It was awesome. It was so nice. What was your routine like? What time was you getting up? Was you trying to get on the road as quick as possible? Day one, we woke up at 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. and left because we had that 4 p.m. reservation at RPM. So
right.
So Chicago was a 2 a.m. leave. Chicago to Badlands was 5 a.m. leave. And then from Badlands to Montana was like a 6 a.m. leave. And then we would eat. I bought these meat. Oh shit! I'm sorry. I turn off my phone. I bought these meat sticks that are pretty. They turned out to be really fucking good. Hold on, I got them right here actually.
What, like jerky or what?
I thought it was buying jerky. These are beef sticks, Mission Meats. They're not sponsoring the podcast, by the way, guys. I paid $200 for like 200 sticks or some shit like that. And we ate damn near all of them. They were awesome. that made with 100% grass-fed and grass-finished beef, no added nitrates or nitrites. I never heard of a nitrite. You ever hear of nitrite?
No.
Gluten-free. Oh, I didn't know meat was gluten-free. No MSG and paleo-friendly. I was like, oh, fuck, sweet. This is great. And the ingredients, beef, water, salt, encapsulated citric acid, cultivated celery, blah, 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 onion powder, stuffed in beef collagen casing, pepper, red pepper, garlic powder. Yeah, anyway, they're fucking great. So we just housed those for the first 2 or 3 days. And I woke up, I was shredded. Because we had the barbecue too. So we would eat by grilling our food.
Right.
It was great. I was shredded after 3 days of like carnivore and fucking beef sticks. It was awesome. We get to Montana. We get to Big Sky, Montana. And you go to Big Sky because of the fucking name. It's supposed to be the best stars in the country. Well, we had all those fires. We couldn't see the stars.
Oh,
because of the smoke.
Right.
Couldn't see the fucking stars. So we go out there and we're talking to some of the locals and some of the people there. We had barbecue out there. It was pretty solid. And we were talking to one guy. He goes, yeah, there's a mountain lion on this campsite. They just got spotted. I was like, oh, fuck me. That's interesting. So we go there, set up our camper. Everything goes perfectly. No problem. Lie down, go to bed. And I'm like this. I can't breathe. My mouth is itchy. My eyes are itchy. My nose is itchy. I don't get fucking allergies. What the fuck is going on? It was from the fucking smoke. I couldn't breathe. My fucking everything just shut off on me. So at, I don't know, 1 a.m. or 11 a.m., 11 p.m. rather, 11 or 12, I wake up and I just can't breathe. And there's just snot coming out profusely. And we're on top of my car. So every time I like get up and move, like the car shakes and Vicky will wake up. We got the 2 dogs in the fucking camper with us. So I'm like, fuck me. And I don't know what the fuck to do. I'm sitting there and I'm having a quiet panic attack. I'm like, all right, well, let me get out and walk around. Oh, wait, no, I can't fucking walk around. There's a mountain lion. I'm like, all right, well, let me play fucking chess until I pass out. Oh, I can't fucking play chess either because I can't turn on a fucking light. Well, let me look on my phone and do this. We have no fucking service because we're in the middle of fucking nowhere. So I'm sitting there quietly having a panic attack. What do? Just fucking look at the ceiling and not breathe and fucking breathe through my mouth this whole fucking time, losing my mind. So finally I start moving around enough and Vicky wakes up. She goes, what's wrong? I was like, I can't breathe. She's like, all right. It's like, oh, fuck. So we go to this fucking town. I always forget the name of this town. I keep wanting to call it like Balzano. Vicky, what's the name of the town? Bozeman.
More or less the same, mate.
Balzano. I went from Jewish to Guinea. Bozeman. We went to this town, Bozeman, looked for a hotel last minute, and these places are booked up right now. We found like a Motel 6 for $200 or whatever it was, and passed out. I was all right. Everything cleared up. So we said, all right, well, we can't stay in Big Sky. Let's go to Yellowstone. We go to Yellowstone, and we had such a miserable experience. Driving to Yellowstone was cool. And the first 5 minutes of Yellowstone was beautiful. And then we're like, we're just sitting in traffic. What the fuck is this?
Too busy.
Nothing but traffic. And then we get out to go on the trails. You can't bring your dogs on the trails. Crazy. I'm like, this is a national park where there's nothing but animals. But apparently it's like well known, like we're schmucks for even thinking you could have dogs on trails. Like even on leash. So we couldn't even take the dogs out. So we're like, fuck me. What do we do? So we couldn't camp because I still couldn't fucking breathe because of the fucking smoke. Got another hotel last minute. Stayed in the hotel. Went to see Old Faithful the next day. Like we saw some of the park and stuff, but it was like, all right, so I'm just going to drive around this whole time. Like that's all I'm doing here. So I felt like I was in like Jurassic Park. Like remember seeing that and they're like, oh, they're okay. Are there going to be dinosaurs on this fucking tour? So we see no animals. You see fucking nothing. And you just see landscape. Like, all right, well, I just drove the country. I saw plenty of fucking landscape. Like I'm about to go to Wyoming and Colorado where there's plenty of mountains that'll shit on these mountains. Like, you gotta be kidding me. I was pissed. So we leave Yellowstone the next day. We see Old Faithful. That was cool. You ever hear of Old Faithful is?
Yeah.
Thousands of gallons.
Sure.
Every 90 minutes. That was conceptually, that's incredible. But
sure.
like watching it is pretty underwhelming.
And I mean, especially since you can't even breathe this whole time, which also surprises me because I mean, all the roads, Jersey's not exactly the most, it doesn't have the cleanest air. And especially when you're sitting in New York traffic all the time.
Well, so that's just it. During the day, I was fine because when I'm walking around, my chi is moving, like my energy is moving. So everything is unclogged. It's when I sit down and lie down, that's when I start fucking getting clogged. It was the weirdest thing. So like only to sleep outside was when my allergies would kick in. It fucking sucked. It was brutal. You'd think with this fucking honker,
yeah, I mean,
I'd be able to get all the air, mate.
All of the cubic, all of those gallons that Old Faithful's churning out, you can bring them in through that nose there, mate.
So then we go to Jackson Hole. Jackson Hole's a couple of hours away. And bro, I got to tell you, the amount of traffic in Jackson Hole put Jersey to shame.
Crazy.
Traffic. Of course, my dumb ass, like I go to all the hot spots. You know what I mean? Like, I'll go to Big Sky and go to Yellowstone and go and expect not to, people not to be there in the middle of August when everyone goes on vacation. I'm just a typical. But
how much traffic you talking? Like what? 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours?
No. Not like, but to go 2 miles would take 20 minutes.
Right.
In a car, I could run this. Like,
right.
What the fuck? Like it was aggravating. And then everything everywhere was overpriced. Sure, everything everywhere.
Touristic.
We stayed in a Motel 6 last second. Motel 6 is a dump. It was the only thing we could get. $400 a night in Jackson Hole.
Wow.
I called my dad. He goes, I've never paid $400 for a hotel in my life. $400. But
what was it like there? I mean, Jackson, is it banging there or what?
Jackson Hole's whatever. The surrounding town is, the surrounding towns are nice. The hikes, the trails were nice.
Yeah.
We hiked up a mountain.
The mountains. Yeah.
It was fucking great. And it was exhausting. Like we did a mountain that was only like 900 feet of elevation, but it was a 2.5 mile hike up. Bro, I sat there. I was like, yo, this is a fucking lie. This is a lie. This ain't 2.5 miles.
Yeah, but how high up is Colorado? It's very high, right?
So this was Wyoming. It was already, I think the elevation was like 6,000 or 8,000, was 6,000 or 7,000 feet at that point. So then we went up another. So it wasn't that bad. Right. Beautiful hike though. Beautiful hike. We had tons of pictures on our Instagram page. Did you see it at all? Anything that we were posting?
The only thing I saw, Colette showed me she showed me your wedding photos earlier on.
Yeah. So that was our Guad venture. We made something called Guad.Ventures.
Yeah, you told me about this.
Yeah. The only reason I fucking did it is just so I don't have to bombard everyone. If you want to follow it, go and follow it. This is the shit that I'm posting on it, and it's all the little trips that me and Vicky have. And it's just a way to dump all my photos so I don't lose anything. You know what I mean? So we did a couple of hikes there. We stayed there 2 days. It was nice. The food was okay. Like I'm a big food guy. If it's not good food, like I ain't happy. So the food was all right and it was overpriced. So I was fucking pissed. But we left, we were happy with it. Then from there we drove to Moab, which was a 8.5 hour drive. Bruv. Moab.
Yeah, man, it must be banging.
Beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. The color of the rocks, and I'm colorblind, so I really can't see much. And what I saw was beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So we drove there. We went to this one hike. The first night, we watched the sunset. Sat on this fucking rock face. Watched the sunset. And I said to Vicky, I was like, "Listen." She goes, "What?" I said, "Shh." And it was nothing, bro. Yeah. The lack of sound is the middle of the desert. The lack of sound was deafening. She goes, "That is so strange."
Yeah, that can cause some people to freak out if they're not used to it.
She did.
Did it get chilly?
Nighttime was chilly. Yeah. Jackson Hole was cold at night. Montana was cold at night. Right? Like all these places really cold at night. Colorado was very cold at night. So we went to Moab that night, and again stayed in a fucking hotel. And this hotel was cheap and it was beautiful too. So the next morning we woke up to watch the sunrise. We said we're going to go up to the delicate arches, and we're going to go and watch the sunrise. This is perfect. So wake up at 5 a.m., get out, go for the hike. We thought it was going to be an easy little walk up the fucking place because the back route was cake. So we're like, all right, no problem. Bro, it's a 3 fucking mile hike at 5 a.m. at 8,000 feet of elevation. Sitting there, I had a panic attack because I couldn't breathe, but I didn't let Vicky know. I'm sitting there like, I can't catch my fucking breath. Like I just upset Freya. Sorry, Frey. It's all right. It's okay, baby. I had a fucking panic attack. Come here, baby. It's okay. Because I couldn't fucking breathe. 5 a.m. First thing we fucking do, and we're trekking up this, but it's dark, so we can't see any of the trail markers. So I was leading the way, and I'm a schmuck, and I got us fucking lost in the middle of the desert at 5 a.m.
No. You weren't using torches?
No, I got some fucking flashlights, but I'm like, no, we could see just enough. We're all right. It's okay. I got this. And Vicky's trailing behind as if like her fucking husband.
So did you let her know, or did you try and like, blag it and try and figure your way out and get back on?
We had no idea that we were off trail until she goes, where are we going? I was like, I don't know, fucking straight. She goes, wait, this whole time I've been following you and you know where you're going? I was like, this is your fault. That's not mine. So I said, no, we're okay. See, there's a couple in front of us. They're all right. And they were probably half a mile in front of us or quarter of a mile in front of us. Right? I could barely see them. I was like, no, they're right there. And I realized, oh, these schmucks are lost too. Bro, we trekked up this fucking mountain like a bunch of idiots. Trekked all the way up. It was exhausting. So then I'm like, oh, well, I guess the arches are over that way. Vicky's like, oh, I'm not following you anymore. So she started walking. I started walking. So we're off the trail in the middle of the fucking desert. And the sun's, on its way to coming up. So we could see a little bit. And we're walking through shit. And finally, oh, there are the arches. So we go this one way around and we see all the people on top. I'm like, okay, let's just go towards the people. Bro, and there's this fucking rock face that's flat, 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 and then just goes like this. And the schmucks behind us that were just as lost are like, oh, we could get by that. I'm like, yeah, bro, life or death, we're getting by it. But I'm on fucking vacation. Like, I ain't risking this shit. Fuck you. I'm walking around. So I walk down and I walk up and I walk around. Now, the arches are like an N.
Yeah.
Right? Like, it's just a fucking hole. That's why it's like incredible. It's like this random hole in this huge rock face. On this side of the arch is 100-foot drop with like no wiggle room. It just goes arch down to the ground. On this side, there's about literally that much. That much. What was that? 4 or 5 inches? 4 inches on one side. And then it's a 500 or 600-foot drop. And I look down, I'm like, oh, Vicky's terrified of heights. But we got 40 fucking people over there. 30 people already to see the sunrise. I'm like, all right, well, these people don't look like there's a guy with a fucking cane. Like, there's no way that he had a problem with this. Vicky looks down. She just has a flat out panic attack. She's like, oh my God, I have to sit down. I'm dizzy. I'm nauseous. I don't know what to do. She freezes. I said, sit down. And we sit down there for 10 minutes. And the same fucking schmucks walk by. I was like, yeah, we could get by this. I was like, hey, bro, enjoy. I'm sitting here with my fucking, my girlfriend. Or no, she wasn't even my wife at that point. My fiance, and we're just gonna chill. We're all right. We don't need to fucking do this. And Vicky's like, I'm such a pussy. I can't believe I'm such a pussy. And more people would walk up. They'd see us and they'd be like, you gonna walk that? I was like, no, we're just chilling right here. Like, yeah, we're not walking it either. Like, okay, good. But these people looked like pussies, so it suited them. So Vicky's just feeling worse and worse and worse. I said, Vicky, I don't give a fuck about a hole in the earth. I don't care. If you don't feel good, let's just fucking walk down. So, okay, we're going to walk down. So we walked down. I don't give a shit. I don't care. Like we climbed up. We sat up against the arch. We didn't see the motherfucker. We could see it in pictures. We leaned up against the arch. We got to our fucking project. Like this is perfectly fine. As we're walking down, I see like a dude in a walker. and I see someone else with like these fucking compression socks for like people with like circulatory problems, like old people. And like they might as well have oxygen tanks. I'm like, these motherfuckers didn't do the same fucking hike we just did. I'm covered in sweat and I'm terrified. We went the wrong fucking way. That's when we realized like, oh, wait, there's an easier path for us to go. I said to Vicky, I was like, you want to go to the easier path? She goes, no, but I don't feel that bad. I'm like, okay, good, fine. We're not doing this fucking, fuck these arches. I was so pissed. These fucking trail markers. So as we're walking down, we see like, oh, go that way. We're like, oh, there they are. So we walk all the way down and we trek down. And everyone is like, a bunch of pussies did this hike. I'm like, there's no way they did the same hike we did. There's no way they would fucking last. So we walk down, we get to the car, we go to the hotel, we get the dogs, bring the dogs to the dog park. Now it's like 7:30, 8 o'clock. It's already like 90 degrees. In the morning, once the sun comes out, that's when it starts getting hot. But in the mornings, it was chilly. It was fine. So we were able to do the hike. We're in the dog park. I look down at my fanny pack and my wallet's gone.
Oh.
Bro, I lost my wallet in the middle of the fucking desert. In the middle of the motherfucking desert. So I am pissed. Vicky's like, we retrace your footsteps. I was like, okay, we'll just go through the fucking desert. So she goes, is it in the hotel? I was like, let's go back and check the hotel. Let's go back and check the restaurant we went to last night. Although I know I had it. I paid. And then I put in my fucking, she goes, well, let's check. I was like, okay. We check. Well, restaurant doesn't open until 12. Let me call them. They don't pick up. So we drive all the way back to the national park. Go to the visitor center. Anyone return a wallet? Nope. File a report. Okay. Here's a report. Drive back up to the Delicate Arches. Talk to the whatever the fuck they are. I forget what they are. The park ranger. Yeah. Park ranger. They were so nice. Yeah, they're like, I said, hey,
usually.
Did you find a wallet? She goes, oh no. No, we didn't. When do you leave? I said, tomorrow. Well, people here are very, very good. They return iPods. They return iPhones, wallets all the time. Do you have anything valuable in it? I said, about $2,000 in cash. She goes, I don't know if the cash will be in there, but your credit cards will be. Your license will be. They usually return it. People are so good. Now, it's over 100 degrees at this point. And I said to Vicky, and I haven't eaten yet. I was so disgusted. I didn't fucking eat. I was sitting there. I was like slapping my face. I was, you fucking loser. I'm punching the steering wheel. Vicky's like, calm down. I was like, I don't deserve to be calm. I'm a loser. You fucking, who the fuck loses? You're across 3,000 miles from home. You lose your fucking wallet with all your information. God forbid something happens. You can't even get on a fucking airplane to drive home. You have no fucking ID. All right. So losing my mind at myself, being so fucking angry. And she's just being such an angel about everything. Like staying quiet. She didn't talk at all. She knew. She fucking
trying to sink into the chair.
the poor woman put up with me. And I went back and forth to, because I just have, so I said to her, I was like, listen, I'm going on the trail. She goes, you're not going on the fucking trail right now. You haven't eaten. You already did that fucking hike. And what are you going to do? In the middle of the desert in 110 degree heat high. That's what it was that day. 110. She goes, no, we're going to wait until sunset. Like, fuck me. All right. So go back and forth all day fucking long, talking to the park rangers, go to the visitor center. Anyone find a wallet? Anyone find a wallet? Anyone find a wallet? Park rangers went on the fucking hike themselves. They said, were you off trail? I said, we went off trail. I got lost. I'm an idiot. I'm sorry. I said, oh, okay, we'll look again. No one found anything. Sunset. We get there. We actually went out to a very, very nice dinner prior to that. And it was a really nice spot. I forget the name of the place. But it was really good food. Vicky paid for everything. It was like a $200 bill. I felt so fucking embarrassed. I was like, here you go, baby. You pay. It's okay. And she was so sweet. And she picked the place. It was an awesome fucking meal. So we go on the hike after that and brought my flashlight, brought everything, stayed there for a bunch of hours, walking back and forth, looking for everything. It was when it was cooler out, so it was only like 93 degrees, so we were able to pull it off. 2-3 hours out there, nothing. So I accepted my fate, but like something in me Just said like, no, I didn't lose my wallet. I definitely still have my fucking wallet. I don't know, but I clearly didn't. So I actually I gotta send this fucking video. So we just leave. We say fuck this, and we leave and we go to Colorado. Now the speed limits out there are astronomical compared to New Jersey. You're driving like the speed limit is 85 everywhere, and you're driving 90, 95. So we drove to Colorado, 95 miles an hour for 2 fucking hours. And I'm driving back and forth to the preserve. Like I was driving a fuck ton. I drove hundreds of miles. Easily I drove hundreds of miles. And then we get to Colorado, to the hotel, and here's the video. Hold on. I'm sending the video right now, and I'm going to load it through this screen. Hold on. So you guys can hear it. It's brilliant. And hold on. Here we go. Here's the video right here.
Mike, what happened?
I found my wallet.
Where is it?
Where are we in Colorado? It was right here.
No, it was there in the car. What the fuck?
Bro, I shit you not. So for those of you that are listening and you're not watching, my wallet must have fallen out of my truck. And because the people in the national parks are so fucking nice, they just like nature, and they're, hey man, like we're not gonna steal it. I had over $2,000 in there, $2,000 cash. Someone didn't even open the wallet. They saw it was dropped by my truck, picked it up, and put it in between the windshield and the engine, right in that little thing. Now I have a big fucking truck, so I couldn't see it, and I'm colorblind. Crazy. So the wallet is dark brown and my car is black. I can't fucking see it. And I even had the windshield wipers up. So in over close to 100 miles an hour for 2 hours, windy turns, windshield wipers on, clearing the bugs, my wallet and all the cash and everything in there stayed on my fucking car the entire fucking time.
Bro,
I couldn't believe it. Fucking incredible, bro.
Epic. Oh, that was a nice little change to the day then. So then what did you do that evening?
I said to Vicky, I was like, oh my God, we're fucking celebrating. I got drunk. I got fucking drunk. I had white wine, Colorado white wine. Guess how much I had? And I was plastered.
No, 2 glasses?
A glass and a half. After the first glass of wine, Vicky's like, I've never seen you like this. I was like, I don't know. I was just fucking goofy as shit.
Probably all the walking, all the driving, all the stress. Then seeing your face there in that video is hilarious. You look like a little boy.
Oh, I was so happy. $2,000 in my fucking pocket. We're spending this.
It's crazy, that feeling though, right? Because I remember once when I was on the bike somewhere in Peru, and I used to always have my phone connected with like an earphone jack, and then the earphones running up underneath the helmet. But I used to, the phone would usually be in like the tank bag on the front of the bike, right? So I could flip it in and out, and I could check for the Navi and stuff like that. And once I would pull it by the cable, because the cable would be in pretty solid, right? But I was on a pretty shitty road. So as I'm pulling the cable to get the phone just enough so I could then grab the phone, somehow the phone's dropped and gone. And then I stopped pretty quick, within, I don't know, 2 minutes I stopped. But it's a really gravel road, and then there's all this bush going along. And I'm thinking, oh, it's just stop the car, turn around, and then go back and get it. It must be in the middle of the road or something. Bro, I was searching for hours, and I could not find it. There were cars that like randomly would go past. I mean, I'm in the middle of nowhere. Hey, have you seen the phone on the floor? Blah, blah, blah. No one's seen it. But over there, you think that they're just going to chief it if they find it anyway, you know? And then, but I was like, no, it's got to be somewhere. It's got to be somewhere. Anyway, eventually I end up finding it. After I drove off thinking it's gone. And then I'm like, no, fuck it. It's got to be back. I'm going to drive even further back. It ended up that I dropped it way further back than I realized. And not just that, but it had actually like bounced, and then it ended up like deep in the bushes. And just the fact that I found it was a miracle. It was literally a miracle. I found it. And when I found it, it was smashed to pieces. I'd never seen a phone with that much crack in it, yet it still worked. And then, so I know exactly what you mean about that with the feeling. So,
bro, I thought about you too. So when I lost my fucking wallet, I sat there. I said, what kind of a fucking monkey? What kind of a fucking idiot? I said, Brooker loses everything. He never lost his fucking wallet in 18 months on a fucking motorcycle that he fell off of and almost fell off a fucking mountain and got lost in the fucking desert. But you know what he didn't lose? His wallet. Never lost.
All the car keys. All the keys.
Like, of all the fucking things, you stupid guinea fuck, to lose. I was beside myself. I was so disappointed with myself. And of course, my mom texted me, well, you know, your brother, he went to Africa and he went to Spain and he went all over Europe and he never lost his wallet. I was like, oh yeah, thanks, Ma. Yeah, thanks. Appreciate you. Thanks.
Fantastic, though. But what a nice switch to the holiday then. So after that, then it was just smooth sailing or what?
No, I had to get my fucking. So I had to get my what's it called fixed? My windshield fixed.
You hadn't got it fixed by this point?
No.
You were driving with a cracked windscreen?
Yeah,
bro.
Yeah, it looked like Spider-Man jerked off all over my windshield.
I can't believe that you drove with that. I would never thought you would do that.
Yeah,
crazy.
Couldn't go anywhere. Oh, here's
when we spoke when you were in Chicago. You were like, yeah, I'm going to get it fixed. So I was like, okay, cool. Because I mean, if a bird or something would have hit it,
I know
you'd be fucked.
I know, but there was nowhere for us to go. What was I going to do? Stay in the fucking Badlands for an extra 3 days? Couldn't do it. There was nowhere there, and they have this place. It's like Starlight Glass or some shit like that. I don't know. It's not the same. I'd call a Toyota dealership because I have a 4Runner. They're like, oh, we don't do that here. I'm like, well, what the fuck am I supposed to get a Toyota windshield? They say, oh, go to Starlight. I'm like, all right. So I was looking, and it's like this big franchise that does like all the glasses. It's not Starlight. I forget what it's called.
No, I know. I think I know what you mean though. Yeah.
So here's the other thing. So when we were driving to Big Sky, I forgot about this part. When we were driving to Big Sky, there was 2 roads that you could take. One is like the basic main highway that everyone takes, and Vicky's driving at this point. And there's like this other one that saves you like 10 minutes. She goes, oh, I'm gonna take this other one. It's okay. I didn't think anything of it. Bro, it was one lane on each side. Speed limit's 65. If you get caught behind someone, and you're going up and down these fucking mountains, going in and out, and you're in the middle of nowhere for hours in the middle of nowhere with no service anywhere, no cell reception, nothing. So if like we break down, like the gas stations might have been 60 miles apart. Like it was if you're on a motorcycle, and this is motorcycle country, like we passed by a bunch of bikers, like they could have been fucked. So there's a point where there's construction being done, and we were stopped dead. Guy goes, hey, I'm only allowed to bring 25 cars past at a time. I'm like, all right. Like he didn't explain anything, but he apologized. I'm like, all right, guy seems friendly enough. And there's all these cars behind me lined up. Like it's just lining up, like 50, 60 cars deep. Like I'm looking back over the fucking hill. The cars are back there, semis, everything. And there's 4 cars in front of me. And he goes, oh, move up. I'm like, nah, I ain't moving up. I'm staying right here. Because in my head, I think the world's out to fucking get me. And this guy's going to try to trap me and fucking mug me. So I'm leaving enough space in between me and the car in front of me that I could fucking turn around and run this son of a bitch over. So, so I'm sitting there waiting. And then like, I don't know. I just get this feeling like something's about to happen. And And I see all these like abandoned cars all over the place, and there's zero cell service. I was like, oh yeah, this is fucking coincident, right? So I get out, I have a fucking knife in my pocket. I get out, and I'm just standing in the middle of this fucking traffic. I'm just standing there, and I'm looking right, and I'm looking left for fucking 15. Vicky's like, hey, what's going on? I said, nothing, sweetheart. Everything's good. I'm sitting here waiting to get jumped. 10, 15 minutes. I'm looking right. I'm looking left. I'm looking fucking right. I'm looking left, waiting, sitting there, waiting for shit to hit the fan. As soon as I see this one fucking car beeline down, I'm fucking out of here. I had all these scenarios played. They were doing construction on the fucking road because it's like a fucking 2-lane highway or a 1-lane highway each way. Like only one car could go past at a time, and the road was completely unfinished. Like we were in the middle of nowhere. Like if I broke down there, I would have been fucked. Would have been so fucked. I couldn't call anyone, couldn't walk anywhere. There were no houses. There was nothing.
You think you'd be fucked, but you'd have been all right.
Yeah.
You'd have been all right. Just lack of exposure to it.
Yeah.
But still. So then back before then. So now
I'm in
Colorado. Now you're going to Ouray?
We're in Ouray, Colorado now.
Right.
Go to Ouray, Colorado, and it is beautiful. That's where we have our wedding pictures taken.
Yeah, look beautiful, yeah.
But I gotta tell you, these people in Colorado were fucking dicks.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. I was expecting like really nice people because I'm from Jersey and everyone's a dick. Bro, at least people in Jersey like acknowledge you. Like over there, like I don't know. And I asked one of my buddies, he goes, yeah, some of those areas are like really like they're exclusive. Like they don't want any outsiders in their area. But like I was like, Ouray, there's only 300 people in the town, like that are actual residents. So it's a tourist town. Be nice to the fucking moneymakers. Be nice to the way that you make your living. But the people at our hotel, they were twats. We go to check in and it's 12:52. Is that, can I help you? I said, yeah, we're here to check in. Check-in's at 1. I'm like, I guess we'll just sit here for 8 minutes. so we go to check in, and I'm like, oh, do you guys take cash? He says, swipe it. I said, swipe the cash? What? No, do you guys? Yeah, just checking at the kiosk. I said, okay, I understand that, but I will, because I'll give you cash. Like I don't fucking care. Right. Because a lot of businesses would rather cash. You don't have to pay. You don't have to pay the 3% fucking fee on credit cards. Right. So if I could pay you cash, like this isn't a business write-off. So here you go. I'll give you cash. That's why I always carry cash on me, to do business as a favor.
Right.
And she goes, no, all card. So okay, that's all you had to say the first time. Like we only accept credit card. Have a good day. Like what a fucking cunt. This was at this place, like fucking. Well, I'm not even gonna say.
And this is a nice hotel.
No, there ain't no nice hotels over there. That's okay. Yeah. We were in the middle of bumfuck, but we go on a hike. Beautiful. We got a little scared though, because like it's bear country, and our dogs are off leash dogs, so they roam and everything like that. Now they'll, the bear sees them, they won't pay him any mind. Us, they may fucking go after though.
Well, no, I would have thought they'd be more interested in the dogs. No.
Nah, I don't think so. They told us that if the dogs will bark at bears, the bears will go away. But if the bears see humans, they'll just be like, yo, what's up, motherfucker? Especially if we run away. So we had bear spray on us at all times, but it was beautiful. Now we did that hike up the mountain. It was an easy-ish hike up the mountain. It wasn't bad. When we took those pictures, now you saw those pictures. We might have been at the highest fucking part of Colorado, bro. Like it was, and hiking up that mountain at 5 a.m., driving up that fucking mountain, and then having to hike up it was insane. It sucked, but the view, and we saw a whole herd of sheep with like a fucking, with the sheep dogs and everything like that. It was fucking sick. And the shepherd guy sat there with a huge long stick. Never saw that shit before. That was cool.
Cool. And then you got that was when you got the photos done, or did you come back for them? Okay.
No, that's what we got the photos done up there, and it was an exhausting day, but it was beautiful. Those people at Elope Telluride, I'll tell you what, that's where it is. Elope Telluride in Colorado. If you guys ever want to get pictures taken, like ours, that's who you fucking contact on Instagram. They fucking killed it. I mean, you saw some, that was just 10 pictures or 8 pictures.
I think the best one is the sunset one. Sunset one's epic.
Sunrise. We got there at 5 a.m.
Sunrise, right.
5 a.m. we got there.
That was a really good pick.
Yeah. They were, bro, they did such a good job. I was so pleased with them. For those of you that want to see it, it's on my Instagram at Guadango. It's on that shit. So
it was a team of them, or was it just like people. Solo?
Husband, wife.
Wow,
husband,
cool.
wife. They did a fucking awesome job. So that day, and 5 a.m. I'm sitting there hiking up this mountain, and all of a sudden, I have to shit like you wouldn't believe. And I woke up at 2:30 to take a dump. Like, and I had to shit so bad. I sat there. I was like, God, please, don't make me have to shit on the side of this fucking mountain with these people here. Don't let me ruin Vicky's day. This is for Vicky. Please, if you want my marriage to be successful, please just don't make me have to take a huge fucking dump in front of these people right now, because they got nothing to wipe with. my stomach was gurgling. It was barking. And then after I said that little prayer to the poop fairy, it was fucking gone. I was good.
Nice.
I was good. But they're like, hey, Mike, you look a little tired. And I'll tell you what, I sat down and I stood up and I thought I was going to pass out at that elevation. We're at 13,000 feet.
Right.
It was up there.
Oh, yeah. It looked it, man. It looked like you were on the highest point of the surrounding area. And it's definitely vast there.
It was incredible. Now, they said it's like the Switzerland of the United States. That there was like the Switzerland of the United States.
Cool.
But in the town of Uray, like, you know how in the Engadine Valley, like they have those houses and those areas there that's just beautiful.
Yeah.
It wasn't like that.
Sure.
It wasn't anything like that. It wasn't like the Alps like that. But at the top, holy moly, was it gorgeous.
Yeah, I'm sure, mate. I'm sure. Could you see snow-peaked mountains there too?
They said snow was there last week.
Oh, okay.
Snow. So crazy. All the snow just melted last week.
Right.
The last of it. It was beautiful though. We fucking loved it. Because I remember when I went to Switzerland in June or July, I went, and there was snow on the mountain still.
For sure, there's snow on all year round because there's a lot of glacier too.
Mm-hmm.
So cool. And then from then on, so where did you go for dinner on that? Did you celebrate that as your like official wedding day?
Yeah. So this is why I said some of the people there are fucking dicks. So Vicky wears her wedding dress out, and her wedding dress is beautiful. You ever hear of the show?
She looked beautiful. She looked really beautiful. Yeah.
They did. She's fucking. It was perfect for her.
Yeah.
You ever hear of the show Say Yes to the Dress?
No.
So whatever. There's a show Say Yes to the Dress. Chicks watch it. I've never seen an episode. One of my former clients. You remember James Gardner?
Yeah, of course.
Jimmy Gardner hooked it up. His mom is Madeline Gardner. And she does all these dresses for like the fabulously rich and famous with all these insane weddings. And she's this huge popular designer with like hundreds of thousands of followers on Instagram and shit.
Crazy.
So cool. And she did Vicky's dress.
Oh, so nice.
It was perfect. Like Vicky looked perfect.
Yeah, she looked stunning. She looked beautiful. Yeah,
and now the dress is covered in cheap shit and covered in dirt. But it's perfect. Like, and she's got her hiking boots on. It is so fucking cute. So we go down in the middle of town. She's got her wedding dress on, and I look like, a fucking lumberjack. So no one thinks that I got married, but it's obvious that Vicky got married. Man, we walked by dozens of people. Maybe 5 people said, "Oh my God, honey, you look beautiful. Congratulations." Maybe three or 4 or 5 people said that. Out of all the dozens of people we walked by, over 100 people we walked by. Those are the only people who said something like, yo, fuck this place. Like, at least in Jersey, people are like, hey, congratulations, go fuck yourself. Like, they didn't say shit. I was so disappointed in that. I was like, yo, these pieces of shit over here. Fuck this place. But we went out to eat. It was nice over there. It was whatever. And then after that, we were supposed to go to Estes National Park, which is Rocky Mountain National Park. And Vicky and I were laying in bed that night. That afternoon, because we were exhausted after that day, and we napped for like 3 hours and woke up like, yo, let's just get the fuck home. We're good. We're good. So we drove that next morning straight from Ouray to Des Moines, Iowa, which it was a little past Des Moines, Iowa, actually. We drove like 17 hours.
Oh.
Yeah. I got to see what it is. Ouray, I think we drove 17 hours. And then from Des Moines, Iowa, we went straight to Jersey, which was like another 17 hours. Back-to-back days of 17 hours.
So when did you get home?
Yesterday. Got home yesterday at 2:30 in the morning.
Crazy.
I'm sorry. From Ouray to Des Moines is 15 hours, but it took 17 because we have the dogs. Then from Des Moines to home is 16 hours and 15 minutes, but it took like 18 or 19 hours because of the dogs.
With the dogs. Holy fuck. So what was you doing? 2 hours on switching or 4 hours switching?
I drove most of the fucking way, bro.
Oh.
I drove most of the way. So Vicky's vision isn't great, so nighttime isn't the best for her. And then on top of it, it was raining the last 6 hours from Cleveland on. Downpour. So 8 hours, the last 8 hours, it was pouring. Like aggressively pouring. Like I had 4-wheel drive on for part of the drive because I was like fucking slipping. I was like, yo, fuck this.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it was bad. It was exhausting. And my traps were fucking shot to shit after that. But it was beautiful lightning storms for our ride home. But nah, man. So we got home last night or two nights ago. Saturday morning, we got home at 2:30. And I was fucking done. Vicky and I actually couldn't sleep. We were so wired.
Yeah, sure. You still stuck off caffeine?
Oh yeah, haven't had a drop.
Wow, cool.
Bro, I live on these fucking meat sticks.
Meat sticks. Cool, bro. Happy days. So you lost track of the days.
Lost track of the days.
That's
so we were
good.
out there.
That's
but I mean, it was beautiful. Now we went from place to place, but I mean, to be able to get to see this fucking country, it was incredible. I mean, we have such a vast country, and I don't care what anyone says. Like after this pandemic and shit, like I realized, like I genuinely think that the US is like the only really free country. You know what I mean? Like you could say that, but if Australia goes out, you get fucking arrested during the pandemic.
Australia is fucked up. I'm agreeing with you there. Australia is fucked up.
Dude, even Swiss, if you go out in fucking Swiss and you do what you're not supposed to do, you get ticketed, you get this, you get that. The US, like we were the only place able to genuinely fight against all this stuff and have a leg to stand on.
It depends. I mean, there's people serving like outrageous prison sentences for a little baggie of weed and stuff in the US.
Well, that's a different story. Those are different laws and shit, like with drugs and stuff. Like, but I'm saying like the ability to actually fight against our fucking government, not to get all political and shit, but like to actually be able to fight against it and have a leg to stand on. After this pandemic, I was like, yo, man, this country's incredible. Like we have people that flat out refused to do anything that they were told to do. And like,
that's true.
They're okay.
That's true.
Like they were, like they did everything possible to be huge assholes, and they were within the right because of freedom and all this. So after that, I was like, yo, I got to see this fucking country. Like I really do.
No doubt though, man. Like the US is huge. Like that continent is massive. And you've got every type, like you've got everything there. I mean, I've only seen a tiny like glimpse of it, but it's a stunning place, no doubt. And also in general, most of the people are also really pretty nice. Maybe not these guys in Ouray, but like in general, you find that people are really accommodating and really nice, especially to foreigners. They're usually really great. And I mean, that's also what a lot of the immigrants say too, is that it's like the only place where they feel like they've been properly welcomed in. So there are a lot of great things about the US, no doubt.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's what really inspired this trip, where we're like, yo, we got to see this fucking country. It's incredible. I mean, everything that we saw, that we drove by, the Great Plains. You know who Lewis and Clark are? You ever hear them? So they were explorers. So I think Lewis and Clark were the people responsible for evaluating something called like the Louisiana Purchase. My fucking history could be way off. Vicky, if my history's off, let me know. So the Louisiana Purchase, it's huge mass of land that the U.S. purchased that they were responsible for checking, which was literally the entire West. So these people walked thousands of miles surveying the land. So as I'm driving through this and actually thinking about what if I had to walk this? Like if I walked this and I had to walk up this huge plain and these mountains and seeing all this stuff, and then like being in the middle of the Great Plains, all this grass, and then starting to walk and walk and walk and see these mountains of Colorado, like these beautiful fucking mountains from nothing but grass, and all of a sudden seeing that in the background, like holy shit. Or being in these areas that are very arid and there's no water, and having to walk and search for water and look for life. That's incredible to me. Like as I'm doing this drive, that's what I'm thinking about. If I had to walk this, what these guys went through in order to actually survey. So cool.
Yeah. With
so
no
incredible.
With no technology. Yeah, sure. It's like when I found out some years back that when they first, or I'm not sure if it's when they first discovered Swiss, but they crossed the Alps with elephants. I mean, that's fucking badass.
So cool.
To think about that, huh?
That's so cool.
Crazy. So, but yeah, man, I'm so happy for you that you got to have this trip. That's good. So when you starting back at work tomorrow?
Yeah, of course. I went to the gym yesterday. Went to the gym, started doing some fucking numbers and stuff. Did a half-ass workout. Dude, I'm exhausted. I worked out a little bit yesterday. I worked out a little bit today. I'm fucking shot. I am shot, but I'm back at the gym 6 a.m. tomorrow morning.
Nice. Cool. And you've had your, like, is it done at the, what do you call it? The chapel? The wedding? Because this was just pictures, right?
This was,
officially married? Like you're officially married?
Our license hasn't come in from Jersey yet. So our license,
right.
So we pick our license up in New Jersey like this week or next week, and then we're good to go. We're officially married. But like as far as vows going, like we exchanged vows and stuff. It was, as far as I'm concerned, we're married.
Cool.
Yeah, but from the legal perspective, we're not legally married yet. It happens like this week or next week.
Cool. Happy days, bro. Happy days.
So why are you shot? Where were you?
Bro, today, I'm not sure if I told you. So that now the Ironman's in 3 weekends from today. And I signed up for a triathlon as a preparation. Did I say this to you already or not?
Yeah.
Well, anyway, so this fucking...
I don't think you said this on the podcast, though. I think this was a conversation we had.
It could be. So then I was looking, because, I mean, I've never done a triathlon before. I'm not used to the transitions or testing of the food out or anything like that. I've got no idea about any of this stuff. So I was like, I want to prep one, a week or 2 weeks before I go, because now's triathlon season, right? So then I saw that there was a local one and it used some of the same terrain as the Ironman that's coming up. Well, just a swim really, but still, and it's close to home. And then it was the deadline to sign up. So I was like, fuck it, sign up straight away, pay it, don't miss the opportunity, blah, blah, blah. And then after I paid for it, I realized it was like $700. And I'm like, hang on, what the fuck did I sign up for? This isn't like just, Bob and Jill, going around it, And then I realized it's like just absolutely terrible, to be completely honest. One of the hardest ones in the world. and definitely like up there. I mean, Swiss has some ridiculous races and challenges like that, but it's definitely up there as one of them, like a very well-known one. It's got 5,500 vertical meters of inclination, which is just really sickening, to be honest. So it's a 3-kilometer swim in the same lake as the Ironman, and the Ironman's a 4K swim, but like 4K, whatever. Okay, not too big. I mean, it's it's still a big deal, but it's not too big of a deal. Then it's a 100K bike. And that's what I did today. I did the 100K bike as a test, but the bike is 2,500 vertical, I think. And then it's 30-kilometer of mountain biking with another 1,000 meter incline, and then it's a half marathon up a hiking path to the peak of the Schildhorn, which is another 2,000 or 2,500 vertical meter. So I've already done the mountain bike. I've hiked the path some time back, never ran it because no one would ever run up this thing. I mean, if you're going to run up it, you've got your hands on the floor to run up it. It's that steep, right? And so I thought, fuck it, I'm going to give the bike a go. Now, last week, I rode literally across the country. I did a 12-hour bike ride. And I did over 2,500 vertical meter. And it actually went pretty damn good. I was an idiot. I didn't prepare for it. I got pissed on with rain for the first 3 hours. Had no waterproof. Was just miserable, but managed to get through it. And then actually had a really, really good day. Now, today I went out. And it was all going good. I mean, it's baking hot now. It's like 30 degrees. And this is only just kicked in good weather now here. And I do the first bit and I'm going like really pretty well. Then there's this nice long flat. And then you come into the mountain region from the backside. So the mountains that you can see from our house, you go to those, like to where the Eiger is. It's in Grindelwald, but you go around the backside. Now, I mean, the views are just epic. Right, you like going up the mountain. You got the turquoise lakes everywhere, and you know it's just really sick streets, and it's just a really, really lovely bike ride. Apart from the fact that you know it's just disgusting with the elevation. By the time I'm turning off, I'm filling up my water. I've had no food because I was hoping to pick up some bits. You know, that's what I did the last time. I just picked up things from the bakeries and stuff, and it also gives me a chance to stretch my legs out a little bit. You know, because also, this is the crazy thing. If I had 24 hours to do this, I could do it. But the time durations are ridiculous. Like, it's like really short what you've got to do. So I was already saying to my mates, like, I don't know if I can do it in the time window, because this is like, I've got to go for it. And then I've got to go for it again. And then I've got to go for it again. And then if I even make it to that checkpoint in time, to make it within a certain window, I mean, I've got to pull off a heroic effort here. You know, this is way beyond what I'm able, what I know. What I know I can do.
When you said you'd stop at bakeries, what are you getting? Like fucking cannolis?
No. But you get like a drink. You can pick up sandwiches. You can get some
But you're gonna eat a sandwich on the fucking bike?
Yeah, for sure. Anything. Or we have these they're like almond croissant kind of thing, so they're packed full of energy. It's just anything with calorie, you know.
That's not going to give you cramps or anything like that.
No, dude. Well, you just need fuel, you know. You need as much fuel as you can get in there, or pick up sweets too. Like the bakeries, they have a bunch of everything in there, or cakes or whatever, just anything, you know. Well, unfortunately, I didn't stop off at the right place because as I'm going on, I mean, I've not gone around this part before, and I just stopped outside a bakery. The bakery's closed, and now it's about to get really fucking serious. It's like 1,700 vertical meters that we're about to start then, and it doesn't end until you're at the top. There's no like up and chilling or up and flat. It's just up, non-stop. But there was a water fountain there, so I was like, cool. So I'm gonna refill my water, take a break on my legs. I'm feeling good. I'm not even dude, I'm thinking I'm going to do this, like, all right, you know? I really was like completely blind to what I was about to do. Then this guy pulls up and he's talking to me in broke German and that. And then I'm like, you know, where are you from? Like, and then he's Dutch. I said, all right, cool. So do you want to speak English? Yeah. This fucking Dutch guy starts coming. Now the Dutch are really funny. Like, you know, one of my best friends is like half Dutch. I like Dutch people. They're really, really cool. Now, me and him start clicking off pretty quick. Now, he is fucking as lanky as a streak of piss. He's 65 kilos, right? All his hair shaved off of his body. You know, he's got like everything set up properly. He's got it, boom, boom, boom. He's got all his food with him. He's got no backpack on. He obviously knows what he's doing, right? So we start talking. He's like, do you know the way to Grindelwald? I'm going to do the Inferno, blah, blah, blah. I said, yeah, I think it's this way. That's what my maps are showing. And then I pulled up the PDF from the website and I think it's this way. And he's like, no, I think it's further on. And then you turn around. But he had no maps. He just had the name of the towns, but he don't know where he is. He's never been there before. So I'm like, no, bro, I think it's this way. And then I saw a couple other people going with mountain bikes that way. So I thought, fuck it, we just go there. So we start filling up and then we're talking a little bit. And I'm like, yeah, this is my first ever proper endurance thing. And he just started cracking up laughing. He's like, I've been a triathlete for 13 years and I'm only just considering doing it now. I've done this one, and I've waited for a while to do this. Then he pinches my fucking love handle and he's like, I can see this is your first one. Right? So I love the guy. I think he's hilarious, right? And he's like, hang on. He's like, who put together your bike? He's like, why you got that gear set up? And I was like, mate, honest to God, I bought the bike secondhand. It already was completely off. Like when I took it to the bike shop, the guy was like, there's no way you can ride it. That's for a 2-meter tall rider. Anyway, long story short, then I got it fixed, right? And I thought it was good. And I mean, I've done hundreds of kilometers on this bike already now. And he's like, there's no way you can complete this with this bike. And I was like, yeah, no, I think I'll be all right, you know? And then he's like, no, look, on my bike, I've got these gears. And he's like, you know, you need high cadence when you're going up on the steeps. And I was like, actually, it's funny you should say that because on my lowest gear, it's like I'm leg pressing every time, but I got quite strong legs. And he was like, yeah, you got strong legs now. But he's like, wait. He's like, we're going together. And I was like, oh, all right. And then anyway, and then he was like, oh, your front wheel is on backwards. It should be turned the other way. So I was like, fuck, all right. And then he's like, that seat looks pretty low to me. And then he just started saying a bunch of stuff. And I was like, oh, okay. And then I thought, hang on a second. This guy's just trying to fuck with me a bit, you know, because the Dutch can be funny like that too. So I was like, all right, fuck it. Let's go. And he's like, you're not going to eat nothing? I said, no, I got no food. And he's like, why you got no food? And I'm like, because I wanted to make it harder than what I'm going to experience next week. So I just fast it out, try and lose a couple kilos on this.
You fasted?
Yeah. And I mean, we're like 3 hours. Like I've done 3 hours to this point, and by competition, I've got 2 more hours to go, right? But I mean, I did cycle from home, so I added another 40 kilometers on top of this. You know, nothing crazy elevated. It was like the warm up, basically, replace the swim. So anyway, we start going up, and like it got really steep really quick, like. And I'm trying not to be a fucking pussy because this guy's giving me shit, you know? And his just legs are going like, and then there's me like, and I'm trying not to breathe heavy, you know, because I'm just trying to not show that I'm dying, you know? Bro, we keep going up and up and up. And then I just say to him, hey, listen, man, at any point, you can see how slow I am. At any point that you need, you just boogie on. You know, it's no biggie. He's like, no, we're doing it together. So we start talking a little bit, and he's like, yeah, you know, I train people in CPR and stuff. I said, well, thank fuck that you're here with me then, because I might need you, you know. And we start talking about different bits and bobs, and you know, we got a really good case, it's really fun, you know. And that's distracting me a little bit from just the terrible inclination that's coming. And the more I keep looking up, I'm thinking, fuck my life, man. If we've got like over another 1,000 meters of this shit coming up, you know. Anyway, long story short, he ends up leaving me because he can't cycle that slow, you know, because he's just like, it's making him more tired to go that slow than it is to just go normal, you know. And at one point we're going up, and I mean, I'm screaming and fucking shouting, you know, like I'm just like standing up for ages thinking there's got to be a break at some point. You know, there's got to be a break. I can't even drink water because it's just non-stop going up, you know. Can't take my hands off the handlebars or just powering through it, legs screaming, and I'm dying hot, you know, because it's just boiling, like sun blazing down on me. And then all of a sudden he comes cycling back down to me. He's like, wrong route. And I'm like, no. He's like, yeah, it's all gravel. He was like, oh, well, good training for you, fat boy. 700 vertical meters there. He's like, come on, let's go. So, right?
Good training for you, fat boy.
And I'm like, oh, no. Oh, no. You know, I've used all that energy for nothing, you know. So anyway, we go back down. We go back down, and then we go and following the road. And he's like, oh, you're going to much more enjoy the road here rather than this like back path of just, you know, farmer's road kind of thing. And I was like, yeah, actually, this is all right here. And I'm like trying to laugh it off a little bit. And I mean, he ain't pissed with me or nothing. He's like, I've got all day long. Because that's what he kept saying to me. He's like, no, I'll just hang around with you. He's like, this is fun for me watching you die. I've got all day long. I've got no one waiting for me. I've got my dog there. I've already walked my dog. So it's cool. You know, he's like, when we get to the top, we're gonna drink some Coca-Cola together and stuff. I was like, all right, cool. And then as we're driving past, there ends up being like a petrol garage with a little shop there. And I'm thinking, right, now I need a fucking refuel, you know? So I go in there, I get fucking 2 bottles of Gatorade, a bunch of other stuff, start chugging everything. And he's just laughing because he knows the pain that I'm in. You know what I mean? And then we're like, right. And then there was some other cyclists. We're like, hey, Grindelwald, this up through this way. And they're like, yeah. And they're like, now it's coming, you know? And I'm checking on the map. And the way that we tried to take was basically a shortcut of this big loop. And we said to one guy, we tried it, and they're like, are you fucking mad? He's like, people only go on that with mountain bikes. He's like, you can't, even on a normal mountain bike, that's brutal. Most guys are walking because then it turns to gravel, right? And that's exactly when you know, like, you can't take the road bikes with the thin tires on it. So then anyway, we start climbing up. This poor guy, I mean, what a legend he was. He stayed with me for ages until 200 meters before the top. At that point, bro, when I say I was fucked, I've never been more fucked in my entire life. I'd let people just rob me by that point. They could have just took everything. They could have took everything. I went through stages where I felt like I wanted to cry. I went through stages where I was like, I'm never going to fucking cycle again. I ain't even going to fucking do these competitions. Fuck this stuff. Like, to think that I would have to do this and then do the mountain bike, which I already know is brutal going up because I've already experimented it, and then to do the fucking run up the mountain where with crippled legs, like, there's no way I can fucking do this, you know? So then anyway, he starts going, and then I'm like, you know, Colette and Scarlett are waiting for me down in Grindelwald. So we've got to come up, and then when we hit the peak, then we've got 900 meters straight down, which is the fun part of it, right? That's why you climb it, so you can just fucking go like around 60 Ks an hour down on this little thing. Yeah, it's you go fast on these. And I mean, I'm a pussy. I'm always on the brakes, and that's 60 K on the brake. Guys fly past me on this, you know? And then at one point my left leg, I start feeling it cramping, you know. Oh, and before this, he adjusted my seat. He's like, look, I can't watch you suffer anymore. He's like, your quads, he's like, they must be dead. He's like, they must be gone. You must have left them at the bottom of the hill, because he's like, there's no way, because you should be using 3 muscles in your legs, but you're not getting any ankle extension. In fact, my ankles were like this. I couldn't even use my calves to push down. So it's just pure quad. You know, my seat's far too low. And he owned a bike shop for, I think he said 18 years or something like that. So he was like, he knew everything about it. He was like, right, you got to change this. And he's like, make sure you get these gears, because if you don't, you're not going to like this sport. He's like, you need to upgrade your bike. You need fuel. You need this, you need that. He gave me, at the same time he fixed my seat, he gave me some of this Dutch fucking gingerbread. And that was like, oh mama, that was good, you know? So I thought, maybe I'm going to fucking do this thing, you know, because I hadn't actually failed anything up to this point, you know? Bro, we get to this one point. I didn't even want to be checking the elevation or the map anymore, because it was just I was like, if I look, it's not helping me out at all, you know. I know it will end. And he kept saying to me the whole time, every terrible day ends, boy. Every terrible day ends. And I mean, he was 50 years old and he looked younger than me. I mean, he was in impeccable shape. absolutely impeccable shape. And yeah, and then I think about, it must have been 200. It was 200 meters before the top, before the peak, and there was this like kind of like flat bit where there was like a little tiny hotel restaurant kind of thing, you know. And like we're cycling there, and I see a bunch of people. I'm thinking, fuck, we've done it. We're at the top, you know. I'm thinking, fuck. I'm just so happy, mate. I'm thinking, I've done it. And then he keeps cycling past it, and I'm like, yo, Jacques, where you going? Like, let's get the Coke. And he's like, nah, we ain't finished yet. He's like, we got to go over that. And I'm like, oh, no. Because I can't even see a road, you know? So then there's no cars anymore that can go on there. So we're back on one of these farmers' roads again where, you know, you can only hike or you can only bike. Or the buses can go past, and the buses are lunatics. They've got this horn. It's like a ship horn. So basically to warn everybody, get out of the fucking road because the bus don't brake because it's going to burn the brakes out on the mountain roads. So just get out of the way as it sort of swings around these windy roads. And I mean, when the bus is on the road, the wing mirrors are hanging off the road, right? The tires are on the edge of the road. Oh. So there is no space. Like if you hear the siren on the bus, you got to shoot off the road and get off the bike as quick as you can because your feet are clipped in. So you can't just rest and chill, you know. It's like get off the side of the road before the bus fucking kills you, you know. Bro, the first bit, I started going no, because it was just, and I was like no. And then I started thinking, I can't fucking do this. If this is 200 meters like this, that's not even far, you know. It's not even that bad. I think it was like 4 kilometers and 200 meters to go. And my legs had nothing. I couldn't, if I stood up on the bike, my quads cramped. So I couldn't straighten my legs out all the way. If I sat down and I tried to push it, they had no juice. So just immediately started hyperventilating and just dying, right? So I'm like, Jacques, I'm cramping. Like, go. I need a break. Go. And he's like, oh, no, I'll stay with you. I was like, look, this might take me a long time to go up here. I'm not going to stop, but you need to, because this motherfucker was going up and then going to cycle around in a loop to go back home. Like for him, it was hard, but it wasn't like he ain't died. It's not like me where it's like, this is the worst day I've had in a long time, you know? So then he leaves. So then I have to have a fucking word with myself because I've got no signal. So it's either walk the bike up or get back on it. Well, the fucking thing was so steep, bro. I couldn't even clip back into the bike. Fell off the bike twice, trying to put one foot in, get some speed so then I can clip so I fall off it twice. And then I'm like lying there. I'm sunburned like nothing. I mean, you can't see properly, but I'm sunburned like I thought I'm going to have sunstroke from here. I've just had the sun blaring on me all day long. So I end up walking that very steep section, and then I think it can't be much longer. Then I get signal coming through. So I think, fuck it, check the map. Because if it's like 20 meters more or whatever, I'll just finish walking it. I don't even give a shit anymore. I literally don't care. I've got no shame, no ego about this at all. This has raped me in half. It's broken my soul, you know? Fucking, 150 meters left to go, 2 kilometers. And then I've just, bro, it was just a bunch of just me going for as long as I could, both legs cramping, fall off the bike. You ever seen them goats, those narcoleptic goats, when you scare them and they fall off? Well, imagine me like that. Just both my legs, just like the left one would go because it would be down. So then the right one would push to try to pull it back up. So it would take the cramp out, but then the right one would go, and then it'd just be like, and then I finally get hold of Colette because Colette's been waiting now for like well over an hour. I should have been there a long time ago, but I'm not even close. Like I've got to get to the top and then 900 meters down to then get to her. So I'm still at least, let's say I'm at the top, I'm probably 20 minutes, 30 minutes away from her. So then when I get the chance to call, I'm like, girl, this has been a hard day at the office, girl. And she's like, I knew something was wrong. I knew it. And then she's like, do you want me to come and get you? I'm like, no, I can't do that, can I? I can't have that. But why don't you come and meet me at the top? Because then that will give me the final bit of motivation to get up there. And then we eat together. Well, as soon as she's heard me say, like, I'm not doing good, she's like, okay, yeah, she knows it's like serious, you know, because I've never said that to her ever before, you know. I'm like, this is the worst thing I've ever done. I don't know what I'm going to do next week, you know. You know, she's like, you don't have to do it. I'm like, well, I kind of do, but I know I don't, but I kind of do, you know. And then she ends up driving up roads that she's not even allowed to be on to get up to the top. But I know that they're there, and I know, like, I can't leave them waiting. And I don't want to be the guy that's fucking walking the bike back up. So, I mean, how you beat yourself up when you lost your wallet? Well, you should have heard the language coming out of my mouth, right? Because there were people coming, they'd cycled up the other side, and now we're cycling down, and there's me screaming at myself to get my fucking ass up this fucking hill. Bro, by the time I got up there, there was this one bit, the last 500 meters was maybe about 50 meters of elevation. It's piss. It's nothing. It was so hard, and it was so hard. There was another guy that was coming out. He's like, and then he passed. He went in front of me. He's like, there's not much more left. And I'm just like thinking, shut up. There's so far. I'm not done. So there's enough, you know, it's too much. And then I was like, just fucking get there, you know. And then anyway, I get up to the top, and then I see the car. And then there's this beautiful restaurant looking over, like, fucking, it's like stunning scenery, bro. It's like being in another planet, man. All of like the Jungfrau and Eiger region. It's like people from all around the world travel just to look at the mountains. They don't need to go up them. Just to look at them is just spectacular, you know. And you're cycling in just paradise, apart from the fact that you're dying at the same time. And then when I got to the restaurant, I slammed on the brakes and just sat down and literally I just could not move, bro. I couldn't move, and Colette's not there. So Colette's inside the restaurant, but I can't get back up off this chair to go with. That's how bad I had no dignity left, bro. I'm stuck on a bench outside the restaurant. I can't get up off the bench to walk inside, you know. I kept thinking, as soon as I stand, my legs are gonna buckle and I'm gonna fall, you know. And then she walks out and she sees me. She's like super happy to see me. I'm like happy, but I don't look like I'm happy. You know what I mean? I look like I'm just like I'm like, why the hell are you here? You know? And then she's like, we've got to go. Like, this is illegal what I've done coming up here. Like, if the police come out or someone comes up, like, they're gonna take the car. So I'm like, but girl, you got to get me at least a drink. Get me a drink. Get me any sugar they've got here. Just get me anything. So she manages to get me things. Oh, the last thing I didn't mention was my stomach started cramping hard for like the hour before. I didn't know if I was going to puke, shit myself, or just my stomach was going to twist completely.
Did you shit it off? Did you like get off the bike and shit?
No. I was dry heaving a couple times, but I just had nothing in my stomach, you know? I had nothing. I mean, me drinking water was doing nothing because the amount of water that I could drink was less than what was coming out of my body at the same time, you know? So I was not even topping up with hydration, you know? So she gives me two Shoreless, which is like this fizzy apple that is just fucking fantastic. So I chugged 2 bottles of that. But then, of course, with the carbonation in my stomach, I'm like, you know, and there's all these people that are trying to eat a nice dinner, all these tourists, you know, looking at the mountains, all love. You know, I mean, and then anyway, we get to the car and then we stop off a place, a beautiful place. And I mean, I'm falling asleep. We stop at a restaurant. I'm falling asleep before the woman's even come to order the drinks on the chair. You know, I wake up, order what I want, fall back asleep. Just exactly where I sit, just comatose out. Food comes, eat. As soon as I finish the lot, just back it out. And yeah, that was today. So that's why I said to you when we first talked that I'm fucked. I'm literally fucked right now.
This happened today?
Today. 7.5 hours on the bike. And I meant to do it in 5. So let's take off. Take off 45. Take off 45 minutes. No. Take off 45 minutes of that because I started earlier, right? I started the cycle from home, which is it's like a 45.
But then you also went up the wrong fucking hill.
And I went up the wrong hill. So that's what I was saying to you.
How long did it take you to get up the hill?
Oh, it was
the wrong one.
Oh, it was over an hour. It was like an hour. Yeah, no.
You're fine.
So, whoa. So this is what I said. That's what I said to Jacques too, right? To my fucking mate. And he's like, you know, and I know he's giving shit too, you know, at the same time. It's possible I might be able to do it. I mean, I'm still going to show up because it's great training for the Ironman. I'm going to give it a go. And usually always anyway. Fix the bike up. And then I'm laughing, I think, because if I can get lower gears, that's going to help me so much, man. I mean, if you look at the way these other guys were going up, like, you know, just such a high cadence, you know, and then there's me just like slow, like force. I'm using my arms and my hands were cramping because I'm holding so hard as I'm trying to churn the bike to go, you know.
I don't understand why you're still so chubby, though.
No, I'm not that chubby, but compared to those guys,
that's what I mean. You've been doing this long
huge.
enough. You should have leaned out by now.
Yeah, but I'm not going to be less than 70 kilos.
How much do you weigh? You're 90.
No, I'm a bit less.
Oh, you lost weight?
Less. Yeah, I'm a bit less. Yeah, but I'm still I'm like huge compared to these guys. And also, I mean, I've been still hitting weights, you know. I mean, I'm not fat as I was before. I'm not fat. So, but I'm still heavy.
That's so funny.
I'm still fucking
chubby.
Heavy. Yeah, no, I mean, when he grabbed my back, I was thinking, you fucking bastard. I was like, I've lost a lot of weight. But then the fact that he felt like he could do that, I was like, I fucking love you, man. You know what I mean? Like, I just thought that's fucking class, you know? So he's like, you're a bit heavy for this sport. He's like, what did you used to do? And I was like, I used to play rugby, but I stopped a long time ago. He was like, oh, okay. Like, you should have maybe thought about like doing some hobby endurance stuff before this. It's like, it has taken me 13 years to prepare for this. I was like, all right, okay. I was like, I'll be all right. I'm young. It's like, I'm much younger than you. He was like, how old do you think I am? I was like, I don't know, about 40, 45. He's like, actually, I'm 53. I was like, what the fuck? Bro, he looked amazing. So, I mean, I'm so fucked, right? That look at how much I'm sweating. I noticed. Now, I am sweating that bad because I finally getting enough water in that my body. Dude, I finished cycling 6.5 hours ago and I'm still sweating. Like, I don't know if I can get up off my chair.
So this is epic.
So yeah, that's it. I don't know what else to say, bro.
Let's hold on. Let's cut it there.